Hello again. So today we're going to do another painting. And it's going to be with the watercolor pencils. I have two watercolors. Don't have a tray or anything anymore with like the dried stuff. Because I just had that for the school year. And the tube ones don't have yellow, so I can't really use them. Like, yellow is kind of important. So I'm going to be doing a lot with the colored pencils, and that's fine because I'll get some experience. But let's see. Okay, so here's today's lineup. And actually, so what we got here is brush pen, which I actually find really useful, and you should have one if you do watercolor, and watercolor pencils, and this pencil. And also, actually, because I didn't do any pen work last time, I think I might want to kind of switch it up a little bit, because I mean I'm doing nature again this time, so I'll go get this over here. It's a fountain pen that I bought on Amazon for like $10, I think, and it's a really good pen. You can get really fine lines with it, and yeah. Not water soluble though, so I'm gonna have to do the painting first. Okay, so first off, I have this little sketch I did. This is actually the flower for one of my mint plants. I might show the picture real quick.
A record of the delightful piece they're going to play this evening. Ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, and that should be just about enough. Now what I do is I'm going to center this over the paper, and actually, let's see. Okay, now the transfer is done. You can barely see it, but that's the good thing about it. That's why I don't use charcoal for these kind of things if you're doing paintings, because water will pick it up and you'll really see it. So, yeah, you can kind of see it. So now I'm going to do first little sketch layer with watercolor pencils. Okay, so I've got the picture over here on my phone, and let's see. Yeah, I think I'm going to go over that with light green, because I mean that's kind of like the base color for the whole thing. Okay, so that's done, and I left a lot of places to put the purple and the white and all that. That'll leave some white. And the background, that's going to be interesting, because I want to make it a lot, well, I don't know, we'll see. Okay, so yeah, now I'm going to put, actually I'm not going to put purple on yet. I'm actually going to try this peach color first, and then I'll put down some purple. Okay, so I actually finished the paint layer for the main focus of this, or the pencil layer. And you'll notice it's actually very light, and that's because, like I believe I said before, or at least I should have, the water is going to bring out all that contrast and the colors, and I haven't made it really, like I haven't put it into sharp detail yet, because the water is what I'm going to use to do that. I'll play around with it a bit when it's wet. And an interesting thing I've found about these pencils is, as soon as they've dried, like after you've kind of painted with them, it's actually really hard to mix them. It's really kind of interesting, and it makes some things a little harder, but it's really just another feature that I can learn to work with. Okay, so I'm just going to paint this a little bit. Yeah.
I have something to tell you. Que Sera.
you may note that there is a lot of empty space here, and I did that on purpose. You might remember I said I was going to do some stuff with my pen, and that's exactly it. Now I think first I'm going to do the background, because I don't believe I'll be able to do that when when I have the pen work down, because it'll all melt. Although, well, yeah. So now, with this, the technique that I used was sort of a dry brush, but when I want sort of a fuzzy background, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have the brush a little more wet. And with this brush, it's easy. All I have to do is just squeeze this, just a little bit more. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, and there we go. It's actually almost dry now. It also dries really fast, so I think that is ready for some ink. Yeah, won't be able to record that because I have to ink with precision and all that, but yeah. Okay, and there we go. The inking, like just the way I did it, was sort of an experiment, like the way it kind of pops out at the canvas a little bit. I actually think it would have just looked better if I just kept it like it was before, just watercolor. But it was an experiment, and I guess you could call it a failed experiment. But got something out of it, got a little painting. Yeah, that's about it. I do have some more canvases though, and I plan to fill them all up. Probably making videos for this channel. Doing weird stuff, making possibly some good art. And yeah, that's about it. I'll try to not take too long making a new video, but I don't try to really push it out, because I think that kind of takes away from the quality of the art and the videos. So that's about it. See you next time.